this year.
Okay. Awesome. I'm going to find out all about it.
You are. And we have the slimming light on, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's slimming. Yeah, it looks wonderful.
You good?
You want me to put the book up here so we can see it? Like that? Like, would that work?
Let me see here. Get your butts out.
All right.
By the way, my husband absolutely loves you.
Oh, well, that's super nice.
And my father-in-law wants to know where you went to school and where you grew up. Like, did you grow up in the Youngstown area and go to Ursuline?
Talmadge.
Talmadge, okay.
You ever hear that?
Yes.
So just past Kent.
You know, I might just lay the book flat because it's actually closing down the iris.
So if I went like this, would you even see it?
Yeah, I could see
Should I move the cookies?
No, you're good.
No, that's fun.
Is that just
And
part
then,
of the effect?
I went to St. Vincent St. Mary,
Yeah, that's what he thought. Where LeBron went.
right? Then I went to John Carroll.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cleveland.
Yeah, so you are like from this area.
I still live out there.
Yeah. You do, like in the Akron or Talmadge or, yeah.
Then I just go back and forth.
That's cool.
Yeah,
And Lauren's as sweet as she seems.
she's pretty sweet.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You'd like her. I know you're disappointed she's not here. I get it
No.
all the time. It's okay.
No. I just wanted to know if she was as sweet as she seems.
She's pretty sweet.
I
For the
thought
most
you'd.
part.
She owes us money, but other than that,
Yeah. My husband is so disappointed not to be here though.
where's he going? Where's he at?
He's at work. He's a manager of Aldi's in Hermitage.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's his store. So I said, can't you just call off? But
Yeah, we're going later.
he's never called off in his entire work career
Shift
since
the
he was
shift a
16.
little bit,
So
move it back.
no, they needed him.
We're ready. We're rolling.
Okay. Give me your name. Spell your first name and your last name so we don't mess it up.
Okay, Sally Kurjan.
Yeah.
SALLY
Right.
KURJAN.
Okay, because it appears like underneath.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And then, is this your first time being an author?
This is my first time being an author.
You always wanted to be an author?
Always, since I was tiny. Since I was little, I wanted to write books, and talked about the Bernie book for 5 years before I actually finished it.
Did you have a book idea before Bernie?
I did, and I'm going to finish it too. It started. It's called Dad, My Refrigerator's Broken.
Yeah.
And it's going to be about all the advice that my dad's given me over the years and how he fixed my refrigerator from 900 miles away.
Is this book like a kid's book, would you say?
This is a kid's book, but it's for sale at Leanna's bookstore in Hermitage.
Okay.
And Leanna wrote a little blurb about it, and she said that it's for ages 3 to 103.
Okay.
I like that.
Is it hard to write for a younger audience like that?
It is. It is. You want to make sure that you use words and themes that they understand and that they get. And all the feedback is that the kids are having so much compassion. And when they get to the part that no one wanted Bernie, they're like, we'll take Bernie. Bernie can come home with us. You know, and they get sad, the picture with the tear in his eye. And so the kids are getting it. And it's awesome, the feedback that we're getting.
Tell me how you came about Bernie in the first place.
I had a dog named Miller, and I had Miller for 16 years, and he was my best friend. He was a little white, shaggy dog too. And when Miller passed, I was so sad, and I said, I'll never get another dog again. It hurts too badly. And I had an elderly friend named Helen, and Helen said, I really think Miller would want you to have another dog. Why don't you find one at a rescue? So I did a search for I put in Shih Tzu because that's what Miller was, and I did a search for that, and one dog came up on Pet Finder, which usually millions of dogs come up, and one dog came up, and he was called One-Eyed Bernie. And I told my husband, I said, we have to go look at him. And he was like, yeah, right, look.
Where was it?
He was in Newton Falls at a rescue, and they foster the dogs out instead of having them in kennels. So he was at a lady's house.
Okay.
And she had all these little puppies running around, and we walked in the door, and he ran over to me, and I picked him up, and I don't think his feet ever hit the ground for 2 weeks. I mean, we held him and loved him. And
how do you explain that? You know what I mean? Like a dog normally doesn't go right up to a person and jump in their arms, you know?
I don't know. I don't know how to explain that, but isn't it great?
Yeah.
Yeah. And since then, I've heard so many other people say the same thing. You know, they go to a shelter and this one dog, like, instantly, like, bonds with them. And So it was just meant to be. We were meant to have him. He has lots of health issues. He has a heart issue where his heart beats too quickly. He has the eye going on. His little front paws hurt him sometimes because they're so crooked, and so he has to take medicine every now and then for that. But
what kind of dog is Bernie?
he's a Lhasa Apso,
Okay.
we were told.
All right. And how old is he? You know
He's
that?
6.
He's 6.
Mhm.
So you've
Yeah.
had him for how many years?
We've had him since he was 8 weeks old.
Okay. So almost all 6.
Uh-huh.
How did he get these health issues?
Probably he came from a breeder, so we think maybe from, the puppy mill. He's probably a puppy mill puppy.
Uh-huh.
But at least the breeder gave him up to the shelter, because he didn't have the eye. He couldn't sell him at a pet store. And so I am thankful that the breeder did that. And but he's probably a puppy mill puppy and just has those health issues from too much, the problems they have there.
So he didn't lose his eye. He just didn't have an eye.
He was probably injured during birth, they think. It's deflated. So it's in there, but it's deflated. And we've taken him to a specialist to see if it needed to be removed. And they said, he's fine. Just leave it how it is unless it gives him any trouble.
What do kids say when they see Bernie in person?
They love him.
Yeah.
They love him. Yeah, he loves kids. There's we have 2 little next door neighbors, and he'll play along the fence with them for a long time. And yeah, he loves kids, and kids love him. When we go to PetSmart, we can go to PetSmart to buy a box of dog treats or a bag of dog food, and it can take us an hour because everyone wants to see him and pet him, and he makes friends, and yeah.
So give me the idea. You got the idea to write a book.
Yes. I got the idea from the lady at the rescue, and she was telling me how all these people came to see him, and then they would say ooh and yuck and oh, we don't want that one, and I thought all these things, and I thought, oh my goodness, they missed out on the sweetest little dog because of a flaw like that. And then I realized that we miss out on relationships with people because we might think that they're flawed. They're different from us. They have something just odd or different, and then we find out once we make friends with them that they are the most amazing person ever. So I think the same way with Bernie, that little flaw doesn't make him any less, or in fact, it may make him a better dog. And so I thought, I want to write that story. I think kids can get it better with it being a dog instead of if I wrote a book about children or something. They kind of get it with him being a puppy. And so that's where the idea. And then my elderly friend, I would talk to her and I would say, I have this idea, and I had parts of it written down, and she would say, just do it, just write your book. And it took me 5 years. And then last spring, I thought, if I'm ever going to do this, I just have to do it. So I found the illustrator Shauna from Hubbard, and found her through a coworker, and I found a designer for the book through Twitter. And it just all came together.
Yeah, is it hard to publish a book?
It is hard to publish a book.
Does someone have to like your idea and then publish it, or can you do it yourself?
I'm self-published.
Okay.
So I didn't even try the route of traditional publishing, and I Twitter a lot. I'm on Twitter a lot, and I asked Kathy Lee Gifford what the best way of publishing a book is, and if it's self-publishing or traditional publishing, and she said whatever gets your book out there.
Okay.
So I thought that was really good advice, and the best way to get it out there was through self-publishing. And so he's gonna lick you.
That's fine.
So I self-published through Ingram Spark, and I thought that I could do the designing myself, but there's actually a lot to it to make the cover look nice and to make the pictures go along with the words and all that stuff. So I had a art student down in Columbus named Andrew design it for me, and he just did, phenomenal job on it.
Yeah.
I think
So what's been the response?
everyone loves it. It's absolutely, like, people I don't know will email me and tell me how great they think it is. They love the book, and oh, Bernie. And it's out in Alaska, in Barrows, Alaska, the northernmost part of the United States. There are 3 books in Barrows, one in the town library, one in the elementary school library, and then a newly retired school teacher has one that she's giving to her granddaughter.
How did they get that?
Well, my brother was working out there, and that town, everything has to be flown in. And so he said he wanted to take a couple books out there and have something to give to the people out there. So he did that. And then the school teacher ended up with with both of them. She was the delivery person, and she emailed me. And she said, this book is awesome. She said that she was going to recommend to all the teachers out there that they use it as a springboard, read the book, and then talk to the children about being kind and acceptance and that whole idea. So, and then that got me thinking, you know, that it would be really great to get this into classrooms everywhere. So now that's my new mission. And Steve Bedurek, who owns Bedurek's Butcher Block here in Mineral Ridge, has bought a book for every one of the kindergarten children in Mineral Ridge. And I'm going to go read the book to them this next Thursday. And Steve's going to go up there with me. And
how many books is that?
that's 70.
70 kindergartners.
70 kindergartners. So I love it. It was Steve's idea.
Are you bringing Bernie?
And I'm not going to bring Bernie. I'm just a little worried that with that many kids, I don't know if he would, everyone thinks we should take him, but I was just worried that he might get scared
Well, yeah.
with like 25 kids.
Pulling on his tail and stuff?
Yeah, you know, you just never know. So I am going to take either we're going to supply pictures for a whiteboard if the teachers want to do that, or I have a big picture I can put on an easel. Because everyone wants to know, is Bernie still around, and is Bernie real? And that's the big question that I hear a lot. You know, is this just some story I made up, or is there a real Bernie?
All right, I'm going to ask like 3 more questions. Give me an idea of what happens in the book. You don't have to give away the end if you don't want to.
Oh, okay. The book is all about Bernie being born with this problem, and all his brothers and sisters notice that he only has the one eye. And so they go to the pet store, and he has to go find a home somewhere else. And it goes through the real story of me finding him and then coming home to our house and having the dogs here notice that he's different and accepting him and everyone being friends.
Does he do a heroic thing at the end to win them over?
He does his own little puppy version of heroics. He runs around and he takes toys to them and he shows them how cute he is. And so that's the Bernie version.
Yeah. What kind of dog is the real Bernie? Like, if you had to describe Bernie to a kid, what would you say he's like?
I would say that the real Bernie is ferocious. He's, that was a bad word. Can we start over? Okay. I would say that Bernie loves everyone. He doesn't care if someone's big or small or young or old. He wants to play. He wants treats. He wants to have fun. He wants his squeaky toys. And he loves everyone.
Nice. All right.
He's trying to tell how he is.
He looks like he wants to go inside.
I was going somewhere with the ferocious thing, but to a kid that wouldn't work.
Probably not. Yeah. Should he go in? Do you want him to
Do you want to go inside? Okay.
Watch your microphone.
Okay. I got it.
I didn't know it was sitting
There you
in the
go.
chair or not. Okay. In his face, right?
Don't get him peeing on the flowers.
Very old.
No. Come on. Come here. Come on. Bernie, look. Come on. Bernie. Go get it. Come on.
Too much to smell.
Yeah.
Walk him this way. Walk him past
Okay.
the camera and over here by this.
Okay. Come on, buddy. Fix your ear. Fix your ear. There you go. Come on. Yay. Okay, don't get this. Cut. What? Birdie, come this way. Hey, come here. Look. Come sorry.
It's okay. We're gonna make it great. I promise.
Okay, this way. Come on, this way. Good boy. Good boy. All right, come on, back this way. He says, what's going on? I'm not used to being a superstar. Come on, let's go this way. Hey, Dad, will you call him?
Come on, Bernie.
Come on.
Come here, Bernie. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh my goodness. Come over here. Come and see me.
I'll play with you.
Come on, critter. Come here. Oh my goodness, what a funny dog.
This is kind of why I didn't want to take him to school, too.
Yeah. Well,
You never know what he's going to do.
come here. You ready for this? You like this? You like the penguin or not?
He says, right now, I just like people. Yeah.
All right. You look good. You look good for TV, I think. That's what I think. All right. Oh. All right. It's a good picture, huh?
Here.
Okay. Ah. All right.
That was really good.
All right, let me get a couple close-ups of his face. If you could just have
Okay.
him like walk towards the camera,
Okay.
and I'll get one close in on him.
I like your camera.
4K. It does slim everybody.
Does it? Good. Come on. Let's come here and get a picture of your face. Come on. Let's get a picture of your face.
Okay, I'm
Let's see.
hold him right there. See if you can get him to turn this way. Bernie. Bernie, where are the kitty cats? Where's the squirrel? Where's the squirrel? Bernie. Bernie, what are you doing?
He's smiling at you.
What are you doing?
Probably can't see you, but he's smiling at you. It's too sunny behind
Perfect.
you. ALIA. And my son's name is Mario.
Hi, little one. No, you over
If you
there?
write in there, your daddy needs to buy you a dog, I'm not running this story. You were going to, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah, that's all right. You can do whatever you want. I'm just teasing. I'm not caving.
And you need a puppy.
Right. You go ahead. It's fine.
My thing is hashtag Be Kind Purple Heart. I put that on everything on Twitter and I
Alright.
sign that on my books. Because I think everyone just needs to be kind. Especially when it's hard.
Here's that.
It's hard to be kind to some people and they're the ones that
Me?
need it. I heard that. There. How's that?
Awesome.
Like, hold that just like that. I'll get it there.
You didn't put the puppy part. You
Do you
can
want
write.
me
You
to?
could PS if you want to. I know
Okay.
you kind of want to.
Okay. I do.
All right, go ahead. You want me to fan those books out?
Yeah.
Are you pretty good?
Is that the penguin?
Ah, boy.
Here comes Bernie.
Perfect.
He heard his.
Oh,
Hi,
that's a good shot.
buddy. Hi.
Bernie, you want to sign it too? You sign paw
He
prints?
does. We tried that, and the first one was perfect, and I got all excited, and then the second one was all furry, and it smeared all the way down. Hi. Do you want to do it? Huh? You want to sign it? Yeah. It's your book. Huh? Oh, heart. Hi. You're a good boy. my buddy. He's my little best friend. I love him. Okay, so there's Lawrence. Yes.
Love it.
Okay. And then your book. Do you have children, or is it going to be
It could be
just,
to me.
just you?
Yeah, I have a lot of
Okay.
children's books.
Okay.
Just wrong.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and